Hi, I'm Evan Carmichael and welcome to another edition of Modeling the Masters. Today we're going to look at how a young boy from a family of 10 in Mississippi was always looking out for opportunities and turned a $15,000 investment into a multi-billion-dollar empire. This is the story of Robert Johnson and the top 3 lessons that you can learn from his success.
Robert Johnson is an American businessman, best known for being the founder of television network Black Entertainment Television, B.E.T. In 2001, Johnson became the first African-American billionaire and the first black person to be listed on any of Forbes' World's Rich list. Johnson was born in Mississippi and was the 9th of 10 children. According to Johnson, we weren't a welfare family, but we knew that if we wanted a bicycle, it meant somebody else wasn't going to get something else. If you wanted to go to college, you knew your parents couldn't pay your way. He had an entrepreneurial drive and used his $15,000 in savings to launch B.E.T. in 1980. It started with only 2 hours of old movies each Friday. In fact, for the first 5 years, B.E.T. would lose money. Soon, however, it began to expand its programming and cable operators jumped on board. They believed that many of their subscribers would be interested in watching black-oriented shows. 11 years after its initial launch, B.E.T. became the first black-owned company to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Today, B.E.T. has spin-off channels and is the largest black-owned cable company in history. Johnson bought back all the B.E.T. stock 7 years after it went public for $1 billion. He then sold it to media giant Viacom 2 years later for $3 billion.
By always looking for opportunities and by starting small, Johnson turned a $15,000 investment into a fortune. To help you build on your opportunities, here are 3 action items that you can learn from Robert Johnson.
Action item number 1. Always be growing. As entrepreneurs, we need to always be finding new customers and growing our businesses. Whether it's launching new products, offering more services, or aggressively marketing your existing solutions, you need to always be growing. Johnson has been called a serial entrepreneur thanks to his love of starting new businesses on the fly. Throughout his career, however, if there's been one thing that he's learned, it's this: there are always new customers to go after. According to Johnson, if there's something I can do and I feel it should be done, I just want to do it. I just don't want to leave it undone because I'll sit back and say, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I start that business? Action item number 2. Be opportunistic. Entrepreneurs are the special individuals who can spot opportunities and then turn them into profitable businesses. In order to start a new company or grow your existing one, you should always have an eye out for new opportunities. Where Johnson sees a chance to make money, he jumps at it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And while his critics use that fact as one more chance to knock him down, Johnson attributes his success largely to his opportunism. Johnson is an entrepreneur, plain and simple. He wants to make money, and lots of it. According to Johnson, whenever I see an opportunity and a chance to change something, I go at it. B.E.T. was never a legacy event for me. B.E.T. was something I started as an investment, and I knew someday I would sell it. Action item number 3. Ignore your critics. If you're doing something different, then you're going to have your critics. People are going to attack you for your ideas and try to knock you down. It's going to come from our competitors, and in many cases, even come from our friends and family. Johnson had a lot of critics as he built his business. One of his greatest successes in his own mind is being an African American who succeeded at the highest level, since he felt that nobody expects minorities to be there. As much as others tried to paint his career in terms of black and white, Johnson has refused to let others identify him as anything other than an entrepreneur, and a good one at that. According to Johnson, today if I were to put on jeans and walk into a jewelry store, and I could probably buy the jewelry store 10 times over, but the jeweler's going to look at me as a black guy in jeans who probably can't afford it, and maybe who just might steal something.
So remember, always be growing, be opportunistic, and ignore your critics. To finish up this video, I wanted to share one of my favorite true stories about Robert Johnson and some of his best quotes.
After being the first in his family to go to college, Johnson planned to start a career as a government worker. That all changed when the National Cable and Telecommunications Association hired Johnson as a lobbyist for the nascent cable industry. That experience proved to be a wake-up call for Johnson. He began to think about his own opportunity to create a cable channel just for African Americans and would soon go on to launch B.E.T.
Thank you for joining me for another edition of Modeling the Masters. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd also love to hear your thoughts and feedback if you want to leave a comment below the video, and stay tuned for the next episode.